Hi everyone, this is Sayer, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, PPG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Today we will discuss about the Linux operating system, one of the most powerful operating system. Uh, this is Linux operating system course content. What is an operating system? What are its key functions? The evolution of OS. What are the popular types of OS? Basic of Linux and Windows. Advantage of open source OS like Linux Network OS. This is the today we will discuss about for the following the course content. Uh, First of all, what is an operating system? The computer science students everyone know the operating system. First of all, how to function, then how to working in the operating system. Computer system, hardware plus software, this is a mandatory, is right. Hardware plus software. Software, application software plus system software. You know the very well for the what is mean by application software, what you mean by the system software, that's called for the operating system. Operating system, main the operating system the goals, execute your programs and make solving user problems easier. See some any other some so small mistakes, how to solve, that's called for the problems solve the easier. Next, make the computer system convenient to use the computer hardware in a efficient manner, that's called everything for the operating system. The simple of the operating system is how to work, depends of the hardware, depends of the software, that's called for the operating system. Operating system mode, how to working the for the operating system, this is the user mode. See user mode, then kernel mode, the two types of most important of the operating system. First of all, the application interface, the service, then application, that then application interface. Finally we have using for the kernel. Finally everything, all file system, then all data storage, everything for the one of the hardware. See dispatcher, the scheduler, memory manager, then IO device manager, file system, security system, then graphic system. Everything called for the kernel. This is the operating system mode. The user mode is connected with the actual interface between the user and the system. It's control things like running application and accessing files. That's called for the user mode. What do you mean by the kernel? Kernel is the most important of the every each and every operating system. The kernel is the most important uh, uh, process of the kernel mode. The kernel mode is connected with everything running in the background. See, when you system you have on the system or the laptop, whatever it is, you have on the system, what kind of application you are using, automatically the background, then backbone of working for the kernel mode. It is a control things like assessing system resources, controlling hardware functions, and processing program instruction. That's called for the kernel. System calls are used to change mode from user to kernel. This is the kernel. The kernel is nothing but central core of OS, the main thing of the core of OS. When operating system boots, kernel is first part of OS to the load in main memory. When operation system boots, okay, or just you like on the system automatically. For example, you go to the MS Office, whatever it is, you go to the YouTube. The first bootable device only for the kernel, the backbone of the background processing going on for the kernel. See, the kernel is include scheduler, supervisor, interrupt handler, the memory manager. Already we told for the back this slide. See, this is the dispatcher kernel mode. This is one of the that's called for the server mode. Everyone using for the just you called for the server kernel mode. See, same like that. Scheduler. Schedule is nothing but it allocates the kernel processing time to various processors. That's called for the scheduler. Supervisor. It grants permission to use computer system resources to each process. That's called for the supervisor. Interrupt handler. What do you mean by the interrupt handler? Interrupt handler all requests for the various hardware device which complete for kernel services. That's called for the interrupt handler. Memory manager. Memory manager allocated space in memory for all users of kernel services. How many memory you have? For example, you have using a lot of files. Same times you have the 4 or 5 tabs you have using. That's called for the memory manager. Kernel provides service for the process management, file management, IO management, memory management. Then everything called for the kernel. Okay, this is the booting device. Everyone knows the booting device. Once you on the system, automatically first of all first functioning for the only booting. For example, you have Lenovo or Acer, then Dell you have R2. For example, booting, what is the booting numbers? F12, then F8, then F1. What is the backspace? There's something depends of the your Mac. For example, you have as you have using the system or laptop, just you click the F2, automatically go to booting. That's called for the booting operation. Then how to working for the booting operating system? The time flow switch to protect the mode. See the CPU in the real mode. What is the CPU? Central processing unit. BIOS installation. First you have using for the BIOS installation. Then second thing is master boot record. Then boot to the loader. Early kernel installation. The kernel installation is the BIOS services. You see the switch to the protected the mode. First, finally you have kernel mode is installation. Then BIOS services going to. Then everything collected for the hardware. That's called for the this kind of working for the booting device going on. So same like that. What is BIOS basic input output system chips take over power on self post. So everything the post. What is the mean being post? Power on self test. First you had test. What is the test? The input device, then output device, then hardware. Everything working perfect or not. That's called for the post. This is for starting an operating system booting. MBR. This is for everything for the general instruction for the how to working for the boot, the how to working the boot device and how to working of the all functioning of the boot inside of the booting device. That's called for the starting an operating system booting. See, function of operating system. What is the function? Operating system functions: processing management, memory management, file management, IO management, security and protection, then user interface. And everything called for the function of operating system. Okay. Next, history of the operating system. The first generation, everyone knows for the history of the generation. The first generation 1940s, early 1950s. The second generation 1955, 1965. The third generation 1965, the 1980. Fourth generation 1980, present we have using for the already lot of generations going on. Generation nothing but you have every own system, you have just connect, then log in. First of all, core i3, what is the generation? For core i7, what is the generation? Then core I told what is the generation? Core i3, what is the generation? That's called for the generation. Okay, types of operating system. How to check your generation? Just for a one of few example I give to you. How to check the generation? Just go to Windows button, press the Windows button. You type here DXDIAG, then enter. See, this is for the how to check your generation. For my processor is Intel Core i5 CPU 1.7 gigahertz. Okay, 1.9 gigahertz. This is the memory is 8 GB RAM. Okay, this is how to check the generation. This kind of you have checked the generation. Okay, eighth core Intel Core i3 Core i5 eighth generation. Okay, my laptop is for the eighth generation. This is how to check your generation. Simple, you go to Windows button, type DXDIAG, then enter. You check all types of hardware configurations. Okay, next, types of operating system. This is everything for the types of operating system: batch operating system, multi program operating system, time sharing OS, multi processing operating system, distributed operating system, network OS, real-time OS, embedded OS. This is everything for the types of operating system. Now, Linux. The Linux. Everyone using for the Linux, the computer students, the non-computer students, everything using for the Linux. The Linux is one of the most powerful operating system, one of the security operating system. The all government sectors, then all government sector they are using for the only for the Linux operating system. Go to check for the a lot of government sectors and government office. There are everyone using for the Linux. Why they are using for the Linux? The most security purpose. That's called for everyone using for the Linux. Linux, an open source platform. Everyone knows that Linux is one of the open source. The Windows also you have paid. For example, you have download the Windows OS, but you have time period only for the 30 days. But Linux is not time period. You have just open source. Go to the download, then install everything for the open source platform. See, cross-platform everything system that runs on desktops, notebooks, tablet, and smartphone. The Linux is everything for the overall functions. The desktop also you have using, notebooks also you have using, tablet also you have using, smartphone also you have using. Then the name Linux is a combination Linux, the first name of the first developer, and Unix another operating system. Of course. See, this is the first you have using for the Linux. Then operating Unix is another one operating system. Okay, don't compare for the Linux and Unix. Unix is another one operating system. Linux is one of the operating system. Users are free to modify the code, improve it, and distribute it. Okay, you have using for the just you like that the modify the code. This is one of the user friendly operating system. See, okay, next OS Google Chrome. Everyone knows the Google Chrome. Google Chrome, one of the for the one of the OS is popular than thin client operating system. One of the for the thin client operating system. Thin client, a computer with minimal hardware designed for the specific task. For example, a thin web client is designed for the using the internet. Okay, you have using for the small hardware device, the small configuration. You have using for the Google Chrome. For example, the best example you have using for the tab Google Chromebook. Everyone knows for the Google Chromebook. Google Chromebook you have only for operating system, which operating system you have installing for the only for Google Chrome OS. Okay, this is a Unix everything for the only command from it. Okay, advantage of Linux operating system. What is the advantage? Open source, security, then free, lightweight, stability, performance, so flexibility, software update, then distributors, then live CD and USB, graphical user interface, sustainability programmers, then community support, privacy, networking, compatibility, installation, then everything for the advantage of the Linux. See, another one is multiple desktop support, then multitasking, everything for the you have using for the most important for the Linux operating system. See, the Linux operating system you have lot of features you have used. See, this is user friendly, the performance, the flexibility, software update, the stability for what security. Yeah. Already I told for the what you mean by security. The Linux security feature is the main reason that it is the most favorable option for developers. It is not completely safe, but it is the less less vulnerable than others. Each application is to the authorized by the admin user. Okay, that every operating system you have how many user you have creating, but the admin user is the most security purpose the Linux system do not require any antivirus program. See, this is the most important line. Linux system do not require any antivirus program. See, the practically everyone using the Linux is in totally antivirus, which kind of you have application you are using, then downloading, then installing. For normally Windows or operating system, just you go to browser, just you download the any one application, download, then install automatically. The simple the network virus, all the antivirus, whatever it is, the small virus are affected in your computer. But total Linux system do not require any antivirus program. Okay, that's called for the Linux is one of the security purpose. See, this is the for the advantage of Linux operating system. See, okay, Unix cell and utilities. How to work the Unix? Unix is only for the same the everyone see the diagram. User, utilities, cell, kernel, then kernel. Everything for this is called of the Unix cell utilities. Okay, okay. I hope everyone understanding what I'm saying for the Linux operating system. See, the small video. You check. I give the my PPT also. You have sent your link. Uh, any other? See the Linux. Already we have saw the all types of Linux, advantage of Linux, the core, what you mean by the Google Chrome OS. Next, history of the operating system. Maybe I hope everyone understanding what I'm asking for the what is the Linux, what is the Linux of the advantages, what is the Linux security, everything I will told to you. Okay, okay. Thanks for your watching my video. Thank you all.